As you guys can see behind me, today we got our first drops of Ultimate Legends in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. The cards actually got some new discounted ability buckets, so we're going to go ahead, take a look at each card, and let you guys know which ones are actually worth picking up. Okay guys, starting off here with 96 overall middle linebacker Zach Thomas. This card actually doesn't look too terrible. The only thing is that he is 94 speed, which is not ideal from a middle linebacker, especially with him not getting the best theme teams in the world. As you can see right here, he gets Dolphins and Cowboys. So if you have Cowboys, or if you got that Emmitt Smith card during this whole Super Bowl Rush promo, then maybe you're all set there. But in my opinion, for Dolphins and Cowboys, Kim, if you're not running him, he's not going to be the best in terms of just his raw attributes. But everybody knows it's Madden, so abilities are going to be king. Even though he only has 83 zone coverage, you're not really going to want to zone this guy out. But if you end up using him for whatever reason, in his ability buckets, he's going to be able to get 1 AP mid zone and 0 AP lurk artist. As you can see, he gets 2 of those buckets there. And then I believe he also gets another discounted bucket, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he gets 3 discounted buckets. He just obviously will not get mid zone for 1 AP because he does not hit 89 zone coverage. But in terms of just raw abilities, being able to get lurk artist and mid zone KO on this guy is actually pretty good. The only problem, like we said, is when you look at these attributes, 85 zone or 83 zone is just not going to cut it. Heck, he doesn't even hit that 83 zone threshold. But if you are going to user him, he will definitely be able to get the job done. He is 5'11", which is another thing that you have to kind of keep your eye out for, because if we go ahead and look, he's got 90 change of direction. But if we go ahead and look at this card on the auction house, that way we can compare him to some of the better tier middle linebackers in the game. I'm just saying that because they're the ones that I have, and I hope that they're the best in the game. Otherwise, what am I doing? But I mean, he's not really going to be comparable to Ray Nitschke, because Ray Nitschke is 6'3". He's also 96 speed, so he's 2 base speed faster than him without a theme team. And he's got 97 block shed, 98 hit power, and 96 zone coverage. So Nitschke is going to be better, but maybe a more fair comparison would be against this Nakobe Dean right here from the playoffs promo for the Eagles. 94 speed, 96 excel on Nakobe Dean, 94 speed, 93 excel on Zach Thomas, and then 94 hit power, 88 zone on Nakobe Dean, where it's 93 hit power and 83 zone coverage on Zach Thomas. So all in all, this card, if he drops in price, which I would imagine all of these guys will, if he drops to maybe, I don't know what the minimum price you could sell him for is, but around that 400k mark, I wouldn't mind picking him up for that price, especially if you guys are running Dolphins or Cowboys theme teams. This guy could be a god. If he gets that, if you have it doubled up, he could get to 96 speed, which definitely could be good. Next card we're going to look at is going to be this 96 overall man-to-man corner Mel Blount. We're not looking at the regular hero cards. They're 93 overalls, just because, I mean, what's really the point of looking at the 93 overalls? I'm assuming a lot of you are not going to be playing with those cards. But his discounted buckets here in this first bucket, it's almost like that game day ability buckets that those Super Bowl cards got. He will be getting mid zone for 2 here, deep end zone for 1. He also gets pick artist for 1 in this bucket, as well as secure tackler for 1. I'm trying to think, because he is a man-to-man archetype corner, so I believe his man ones would be better. Like, he gets bench press for 1, things like that. But then when we look at his actual discounted buckets, he is going to be getting pick artist for 0 AP, which is nice. And then short route KO for 1 AP, medium route KO for 1 AP as well. So me personally, I am a zone heavy scheme, and I feel like a lot of people run that. So this card might not be ideal to put out there, but 0 AP pick artist, and you're going to be able to get a 1 AP mid zone. So pick artist mid zone for 1 AP, that is definitely good. The only issue with this card, again, is just going to be those theme teams. I'm not really sure how many people are out there running just a base Steelers theme team, but if you are, this card definitely could get the job done. We will go ahead and compare him to some of the other cards. I feel like the real meta theme teams, I'm also running them, are going to be some combination of at least Eagles, and then I run Eagles and Chiefs just because of those Super Bowl cards that dropped with them. But like I said, if you run a man-to-man scheme, he could definitely be even better. But 1 AP pick artist and 1 AP mid zone definitely will be able to get the job done. The other thing to keep in mind is today we also got an AP update, where I believe it is now 13 AP on offense, 16 13 on defense, so you've got a lot more wiggle room to add extra AP or abilities to cards if they do not get them for discounts. So Mel Blount, in my opinion, a 96 base speed corner with 95 man, 93 zone, and a 6'3". I think that he is a good guard. Now, if he's worth picking up or not, I personally will not be picking him up, but I think that this card, especially if you can get him for the right price, let's go ahead and just check his price now, around that 568 mark. If he drops low, maybe like sub 500k, I would definitely say that this card is a pickup. We'll go ahead and compare him to some of these other cards that I currently have in the lineup. The only issue is that he's just 90, not 97 base speed like some of the guys that I already have, like Jalen Watson, Deion Sanders, and Herb Adderley, but he is going to be serviceable nonetheless, and he is 6'3", so you can always throw him back there at a high safety and he will be getting those interceptions easily. So like I said, if he drops sub 500k, I would say go ahead and pick this card up. Now, the next card that we can get to, if we can actually get backed out into the catalog, is going to be 96 overall Jason Pierre-Paul, or JPP. He's going to come in with his attributes right here: 91 speed, 95 excel, 93 block shed, 85 power move, 98 finesse move, which is really good. He will be able to play defensive tackle, which I know a lot of people like to move their ends to defensive tackle, and then outside linebackers to right or left ends. But right here, his discounted buckets, he's going to be able to get 2 of these if you want them on him: reach elite, unpredictable, secure tackler, and edge threat for 1, those other 3 being for 0 AP. Secure tackler is not a bad ability to have now. If you asked me maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe even a week ago, if it was worth having secure tackler on your cards, I would say no. But now that there's that Marcus Allen running around with angry runs always on, I'm absolutely terrified. I shit myself every single time I load into a game and see that card. So secure tackler may not be that bad to have on. I'm sure you guys remember last year when we got Bo Jackson. I think it was his combine running back card that had it always on. It was the most annoying card to play against, and really the only way to counteract that is going to be secure tackler, or at least gang tackling, or tackling the card with multiple people. But that's besides the point. That's another card. But unpredictable and secure tackler are not bad, or edge threat for 1 if you have the AP to spare. Like I said, we did just get an AP update today. Reach elite, I'm not like a crazy big fan of, just because it's not really that big of a deal. And then his 1 AP, I'm just going to call them game day buckets because that's essentially what they're equivalent to. He's going to get secure tackler for 1 in here. He will also be able to get goal line stuff. I believe he does not, I'm not seeing it anyways, he does not get inside stuff, so running him at defensive tackle may be a little bit of an issue if you want that on him. But he gets Mr. Big Stop. I'm trying to look at any of the abilities that are actually decent. So he is a 92 overall, so he will also get interior threat, which could be decent for sure. No double or nothing, which is kind of, I mean, the main ability that people will run on their defensive linemen if they're not running like edge threat or edge threat elite. So Jason Pierre-Paul, in my opinion, I would say he is not a pickup. I think you can get better cards, at least for the price that you're going to have to spend on him. Right now he's 670k, unless, and like I said, I have not played with any of these cards, so unless in game this guy just plays like an absolute monster, because it's just that happens sometimes with cards, I would avoid picking up Jason Pierre-Paul and not pick him up in the game. Okay guys, so the next card right here is going to be 96 overall Ultimate Legend AJ Green. Kind of insane to me that he's an Ultimate Legend card already. Feels like he was playing, I mean, I don't even want to say back in my day, because now I'm gonna feel like an unk. I'm not even old though, by the way. Besides the point. 6'4", 210 pounds, 97 speed, 97 deep route running, 96 medium route running, 94 short route running. Of course, when we saw the attribute, or the overall boost, we expected to see some attributes also go up, because I mean they just go hand in hand there. But now we're starting to see receivers come in with a lot of faster base speed. I don't know why I just did that. I meant to compare, that way you guys could see him compared to some of the receivers I already have. But comparing him to this 95 Devontae Smith, same speed, he's got a lot better jumping, better spec catch, and better route running all around. Same thing with another 97 base speed receiver in Xavier Worthy. He's going to have basically all the same, if not better stats. Now looking over here at his theme teams, he's going to get Bengals and Cardinals, and for 710k, it is about, I mean, the promo's been out for a few hours now, so if he drops maybe around 600k, it'll be a lot easier to digest anyways, picking him up. But in his game day bucket here, we'll just go through his abilities. I personally do not run abilities on my receiver. Maybe it's because I'm ass at the game, I don't know, but he gets some pretty good abilities there. But then looking at this last ability bucket, get mid in elite for 0, mid out elite for 0, deep out elite for 1, and deep in for 1. And honestly, I mean, if you have a Cardinals team or Bengals team, he's a no doubt cop. But in terms of just raw player, I think this card is very, very, very good. Like I said, I would prefer to spend maybe like 600-ish K on him rather than 700. I understand it's only 100K, but if I could save 100K on getting a card, I definitely would do that. So I would wait maybe a few hours later into the night tonight, or maybe even tomorrow on Sunday to go ahead and cop. But 96 AJ Green, I would say, is definitely worth it if you get him for the right price. Next is going to be Chris Hinton. This guy, I will tell you off the rip, is absolutely worth it. Well, look at his attributes. I know guys really don't care that much about offensive line attributes, but 95 strength, 92 awareness, 94 pass block, 96 run block, and the run block and pass block power and finesse are also there on the screen. 6'4", 300 pounds, so he's decent sized. But the reason why this card is worth it, he is going to be getting 0 AP edge protector, which you definitely should have on your cards. You're going to be running up against guys like George Karlaftis, Nolan Smith, some of these other cards that are just even dropping into this promo, like Jason Pierre-Paul. You are going to want to have edge protector on your guy, and especially if you can get it for 0 AP, even though we just got an ability boost or AP cap boost on offense. If you can get him for 0 AP edge protector, which we don't know what is currently better between edge protector or secure protector, it is definitely going to be worth it to have him on there for 0 AP. You can also get linchpin all day or nasty streak if you're gonna be running it like crazy, but in my opinion, I would say go ahead and put all day and edge protector on him, because you do get those 2 buckets there. And then if we go ahead and look at his game day bucket here, he's going to get puller elite for 1, lifeguard for 1, natural talent for 1, run protector, pass protector all day for 1 here as well, linchpin for 1 AP here, and omniscient. This will highlight the user defender and 3rd and 4th down blitzer. So this is basically identifier, and I cannot remember for the life of me what the other ability is, but there is an ability where it will light up and show like a red exclamation point on the defensive players that are blitzing. You get both of those abilities into one on this offensive lineman ability. So Chris Hinton, I will tell you, definitely is going to be worth it, even though he may be a little pricey right now. He's right around 700K. When he drops and he's around 600 some K, he is a definitive cop. Right here, 96 Frank Gore. I gotta be honest with you guys, this card really doesn't do it for me. 96 speed, 95 excel, 5'9", 212 pounds. It's not like he's bad by any means, but it's just you can get good value running backs in the game. Heck, you got a 97 speed running back for free if you got the MCS drops, and I feel like speed is king when it comes to the running back position, unless you're running them super heavy or you are running back abilities. But he gets goal line back for 1, leapfrog for 1, grab and go for 1, matchup nightmare, running back apprentice for 1 as well. But I feel like a lot of people already have that hot route master tactician, backyard QB, take your pick on their running backs now. But he also gets bulldozer for 0 AP, jukebox for 0 AP, running back apprentice for 0 AP, and balance beam for 0 AP, which maybe balance beam is not too terrible just because it feels like players are falling over all the time. But I mean, a lot of people are just running their game on conservative because they're worried about fumbling. So jukebox and bulldozer may not even really be applicable. And like I said, with running back apprentice, a lot of people are running either hot route master, backyard QB, or master tactician to already get those abilities active. So in my opinion, Frank Gore, especially for the price you're going to have to spend on him, is not going to be worth it. 700K for a running back that you can go out and get Ghost of Mutt, the present player, Darren McFadden for, who is also 96 speed, but is like 3 inches taller. I would definitely go ahead and get Darren McFadden instead, because he's also going to be like half of the price. Next is going to be right outside linebacker James Harrison. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's only one up right now for 3.15 mil. So very, very, very expensive. I usually tend to tell everybody that the LTDs are not worth it, although they may be good cards. Like him right here, spending 3 million coins on a card is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, if you have it, hey, go ahead and go do it. But his attributes right here: 94 speed, 96 excel, 95 block shed, 97 power move, 85 finesse move. And then if we look at his change direction, it's only at an 80. His impact block is a 96, so he will be definitely getting those sheds. Very, very, very good. 99 hit power to be expected with James Harrison. Only a 72 zone coverage, but I feel like a lot of people know not to put James Harrison back in coverage. Then his abilities here, he's going to be getting double or nothing for 1 AP, which is definitely good. No outsiders for 0, reach elite for 0, defensive rally for 0. And then, like I said, when we looked at these buckets, he gets pick artist for 0. Actually, I don't know if he gets it because he needs 77 catching. Does he actually get, no, he only gets 67 catching. So he is not even applicable for this 0 AP pick artist, which would be nice on a blitzer, but he does not get that, unfortunately. And then the other abilities are there. In my opinion, James Harrison for 3.1 mil, definitely not worth the buy. Next is going to be, I shouldn't even say next, I should say lastly, is going to be 97 overall Captain America. Wasn't that his nickname? I think. I don't know. Roger Staubach, the old quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Right here in this bucket, he's going to be getting 2 AP Gunslinger, which is not bad. And then some of these other abilities here, I'll just go ahead and just run through, and then you guys can pause if you would like. Lofting Deadeye for 1, Conductor for 1 are some of the notable ones there. And then his last bucket, he gets Gutsy Scrambler for 0, Protected for 0, High Point Deadeye for 1, and then Gunslinger for 2. High Point Deadeye is not terrible, wouldn't necessarily be bad to have, but it's only on throws under 20 yards, so it's like, I mean, a lot of people, if they're throwing high balls, they're throwing that hoe deep. But 2 AP Gunslinger is just not great, in my opinion, especially because you could run this card, realistically, you could, based off of just his speed and attributes alone, and if you're a Cowboys theme teamer, I get it. But I currently still run, and a lot of people do anyways, they're either running that brand new Josh Allen, or they're running this RG3, who also has 97 speed. Not the best accuracy stats, but he gets the job done anyways, and he gets the better of the abilities. Now, obviously, Roger Staubach, if you're running offense in Madden 25, most of your AP is going to be on your quarterback anyways, but you want to save as much for the rest of the guys if you want to put it on him. And for 3 million coins, Roger Staubach just doesn't give you anything that is transcendent or over the top for a quarterback in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. That is just my opinion. So just a quick little recap in terms of the cards, the Ultimate Legend cards that dropped today that are actually worth it. I would say, in my opinion, the cards that are worth it are going to be Mel Blount if you are running a Steelers theme team. Even if you're not, he may be a good like cornerback 3 or 4. Zach Thomas, I would say, is worth it. If you are using him, I wouldn't try to run him as like if you're running 6-1, I wouldn't try to run him as an outside backer that you're dropping out in a coverage because he only has 83 zone coverage. But the 2 cards that I can say are definitively worth it regardless are going to be AJ Green, that's 96 overall, 6'4" receiver with 97 speed, and Chris Hinton, the left tackle, 0 AP edge protector and 0 AP all day, which is absolutely worth it. All the other cards, definitely not Frank Gore, definitely not James Harrison, definitely not Roger Staubach. I could see an argument for or against Mel Blount. I'm leaning more heavily not worth it against Jason Pierre-Paul though. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Let me know if you guys think I'm just dumb and I don't know what I'm talking about. Any kind of feedback is appreciated. Leave any questions you have down there as well, and I'll be sure to reach out and help. But that's been all for Dynamic, y'all. I'm out. Peace.